Hi, everybody. It's Michelle Hill, your legacy builder at Winning Proof, and I am here with another episode of Winning Proof Unscripted. I am so excited today to have Katya Gorbacheva, right? Gorbacheva. I wanted to get your name right the first time. But Katya is a natural vegan bodybuilder, a nationally qualified USAPL powerlifter and wellness educator. She is passionate about fit tech, athletic performance coaching, and environmentalism. The three of those came together in her coaching company, Total Body Lab, where a team of elite powerlifters help plant-based athletes succeed in competitive sports and personal wellness goals. At Total Body Lab, Katya mainly focuses on strategy and sales and occasional content creation. She's been featured on Plant-Based News, Vegan Linked, Veg Fest Expos, and more. So welcome, Katya. I'm so glad to have you today.
Thank you for inviting me, Michelle.
Great. Well, I'm just going to jump right into the deep end and ask you, what led you into the fitness world? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, of course. So I think I didn't consider myself like good looking or beautiful when I was a kid. And probably as an adult, like they say, oh, wait, like you'll get curvy. And like everybody did, but I didn't. So I was like, okay, I think I'm done waiting. So I just hit the gym. I decided to solve the problem that way. And it kind of sort of worked, except I was always worried about being like smaller, being less. And a lot of women right now in society, they're worried about eating less, being smaller, fitting into, whatever the requirements the society builds for us. And the dudes always want to be stronger and be more. So I kind of was like, I don't know, like I want to be strong, but also want to be, like fit into those expectations. So anyways, my desire to lift was primarily from the weight loss goals. At first, I was training a little bit, running a little bit, doing a little bit of yoga, a little bit of everything in college. But my dad, he lifts weights, so I kind of saw how to do it correctly since I was growing up. And he always looked good, so he wasn't like super huge, which if any of y'all don't know, only can happen if you take anabolic steroids. Like you're never gonna get super huge as a man or a woman. It's like pretty impossible to do. You're not, you shouldn't be worried about getting too large. Anyways, with muscle at least. Yeah, so I did not like my job after college graduation. I was a commercial construction manager, and just kind of quit it cold turkey and thought, what do I not hate? What can I do for a living that I don't hate? And the only thing that came to mind was teaching women how to lift. So I got certified and here I am.
I'm so excited. And 35 fits you well. You just looked incredible. And the vegan, we're going to dip into a little bit of the vegan nutrition plan. I hate to call things a diet because diet has such a bad connotation to it, but first I want to ask you, what has kept you committed all these years? Because a lot of people try these things and then they stop, or a life circumstance gets in the way and then they stop. What has kept you committed?
I think I would get depressed and anxious otherwise. Like I only recently started therapy, and I think everybody should do therapy regardless if you have any mental health issues or not, just kind of like a check-in, like a cleaning your closet kind of thing. But before, gym was my therapy, and it still is. Mm-hmm. Like right now, I just competed at Mr. America, and I hosted a couple of Veg Fests. I traveled, and then I'm home. I'm not lifting until the Sunday. So it's like shocking how much free time I have. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm usually in the gym in the evenings. So it's a really nice, just like go in, get it done, feel accomplished kind of thing that I think everybody can do, regardless of your level. For somebody, an accomplishment is walking a mile, and for somebody, an accomplishment is doing one extra push-up every week. Well, for me, it's pushing the weight that I can move on the barbell in powerlifting.
Yeah. I totally relate to that. I wasn't in the gym for a while and I saw, midlife weights, kind of started coming on, and I'm a mesomorph, which if those of you who
Me
don't
too,
know,
yeah, actually.
okay, so it's an apple shape. So we hold all
Yeah.
of the weight from here to our
Oh,
hips,
yeah.
basically. But I'm a gym rat too. I was telling you right before, I'm back at the gym and have, lost 15 plus pounds. So I understand that once you get, and a lot of people say, I hate the gym. I hate going to the gym. But what can people do instead? Can they do, if they hate the gym, what can they do instead of the gym?
So basically, you don't have to train at the gym. You can train at the house. You can get some bands. You can get, I don't know, a Peloton. You can get, I don't want to advertise them specifically. You can get any kind of equipment that makes you happy, right? You can get a bike. Biking is really good for the knees, a lot better than swimming. If we're talking to like the older folks, usually like to swim because it's better for the joints. Well, it actually increases your blood pressure. So if you have heart problems, not necessarily the best. But anyways, I would recommend doing at least 180 minutes of any activity that you enjoy. I also love to dance. I do blues dancing and swing dancing here locally. There's a lot of dancing groups and societies. It just opened back up after the COVID rates kind of dipped down a little bit. So check with your local dancing group, learn how to dance, go on hikes, find I don't know, dog walking groups, do a running club, do something. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be gym. Gym is just what you and I like.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say aesthetically, if you care about shaping your body in a certain way without plastic surgery, gym is your next best bet. But it's still not magic. It still takes so much work to reshape your body the way you want to.
Yeah, it really does. It takes, you have to sweat just a little bit, you know, and it does take work, but it improves the quality of your life so much. So along the way, I want to ask you, have you experienced any challenges along the way of
Yeah,
your journey?
sure. I mean, the pandemic was a huge challenge, right? Because everything shut down. I had to completely restructure my business. I had to take everything online, and we actually grew during the pandemic because of it, because I already had an application. So the majority of my clients, they see their workouts on their phone. I build them on my platform, and then they can see the videos, they can see their nutrition, I can see their photos, how much they eat, sleep. So that was great because I couldn't see them in person. And actually, right now, I stopped seeing people in person, so it was a good change. But it was definitely challenging, and I couldn't go to the gym myself. And actually, just moved to a small apartment right before the pandemic. Sold all my workout equipment. So yeah, I had to get by with a couple bands and a couple dumbbells, but I made it work. I made a lot of unilateral programs for me and for my clients because I had some competitive powerlifters. Like we didn't know what to do, but yeah, we did dynamic movements, a lot of jumping, a lot of unilateral movements, a lot of tempo work, which is kind of infuriating if you're used to the barbell and you have to do that for months. But we kept at it, and I think we did really well as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think along with that, and I know as a former, I would say a personal trainer on a minor scale, people and their nutrition, the nutrition got in the way all the time. And I know one lady told me that I used to train in when I was in California, and she was a heavy set woman. And she goes, I just like the action of chewing. But she was chewing chips and all the things that were bad for her. And I said, well, choose something that's crunchy, like carrots. I'm not a carrot person.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. You can graze on grass, like a cow, no problem.
Exactly. So what do you tell people that say, oh, vegan, that's way too restrictive. I could never do that. What do you say to them?
Well, vegan is not a diet. It's a lifestyle. So vegans try to not use animal products, right? And that includes our products in the house, leather, wool, honey, food. So I don't care if I mean, I do care that more people go plant-based and vegan, and care about the environment and recycle and do all those things, but I don't really preach. I just tell people that I am vegan, and all I want, my message is you can get strong without animal products. If you don't want to be vegan, go for it. Like, get put yourself at a higher risk of heart disease and, clog your arteries sooner. You can also, like, drink and smoke and do other bad choices, which we all do. We all make non-perfect choices because we're human. But I don't preach. If people say they don't want to be vegan, I say, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And there's so many cookbooks out there now. There's so many tools that if somebody wanted to do that, there is tools to do it, and you don't have to do like, okay, tomorrow, everything. You can gradually step into it to, like, okay, clean out. I mean, most people, I think, would clean out their cupboards and just go cold turkey. And that's probably the best way to do it. But most people are going to, let me try it. Let me try it and see. What do you tell those people who they're not fully committed, but they think it's a good idea?
To do what? To go vegan?
Go vegan.
I actually don't think cold turkey is a good idea. I did not go vegan cold turkey. I feel like it's kind of like starting a workout regimen January 1st. And then in 2 weeks, the person is like, oh my God, I don't want to go to the gym. So I personally, I don't know, it's different personalities. For the majority of my clients and myself, and from my experience, the majority of people who go cold turkey, they crash. Whatever they started, new workout regimen, running every day, yoga, I don't know, and meditation every day, whatever, training, vegan, it doesn't matter. I think that the most results come from the people who first think, what in my environment makes me make bad choices? So, for example, my sedentary job and the fact that I have a bowl of chips here and I want to chew. Okay, well, let me replace that with a bowl of carrots. It's not a huge lifestyle change, but like throwing all your chips out of the house doesn't mean you can't go buy new chips again. It's putting yourself, in environments where people eat healthier overall, making friends who go to, like, dancing events rather than drinking events, or, having a workout buddy, or getting buy-in from your spouse on cooking vegan at the house. And if you want to go out, okay, you can eat non-vegan, that's your, like, family rule now, for example, or like you eat vegan on weekdays or something, or you don't drink on weekdays, you only drink on the weekend, but that doesn't mean you need to, like, go binge drinking on the weekend. So I'm all for small changes that make big results incrementally.
Good. Yeah, I love that, because I think a lot of people, most people actually just think, oh gosh, that's too drastic for me. And the first words are, I can't do it. I could never do that.
It's scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's turn a little corner, and I want you to talk about all the awards you have won, what your competitive side. What is that like? What is it like preparing for a competition? What goes into that?
I should have done a Zoom from my living room where I have the awards on the wall.
Oh.
But sorry. What is that like? Honestly, I don't do it for awards. I just do it because it's fun and because I enjoy the crowd that is there, enjoy the people that are there. It's something to do, It's something fun that I enjoy doing recreationally. So if I'm already, pretty strong, I can go and compete. So I don't take it as something like super huge. It doesn't pay anything. If people, it's not a job. It's a hobby. So people do it as a hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you change anything about your prep for the competitions? Do you train differently and harder?
So I train all year.
Yeah.
And I deload before competition.
Okay.
So that means I actually train lighter before competitions. So my central nervous system relaxes, and then I can compete at, after having rested a little bit stronger. So yeah, if you're interested in strength sports, don't think that you can train for a couple of weeks, train like really, really hard, extra hard, and like gain twice the muscle. Your body doesn't function that way. Your body gains, there's a limited amount of muscle that you can put on, unless you take drugs and anabolic steroids and SARMs, which please don't. Uh, but yeah, you can't trick nature. You really need to work hard for years and years or months to get strong.
Yeah, you do. And going back to what you said before and to tie it in with what you just said, so many women think, oh, I don't want to lift weights, I'm going to bulk up. And it's such no, it's such a fallacy, because you don't. I mean, you get muscle tone, you get muscle tone, but you don't look like a male bodybuilder. So kind of debunk that myth deeper, on a deeper level.
Yeah, so bodybuilders look big because they have less body fat.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they look big is they're actually smaller. If you see a bodybuilder in real life, you'll think they're dying. Like their face is just, they look very skeletal, like their temples, everything is just very, you'll see their
Collarbone.
yeah, their collarbones, your wrist. Like when I was bodybuilding, like all my rings were loose. Yeah, no, for real. Like I went from size 8 to size 4, and like it was crazy. Yeah, dear women, please lift weights. You are not going to get hulky bulky unless you eat in calorie surplus, unless you're treating yourself with like pizzas and margaritas after your workout, and then you're just gaining fat. So that is a huge misconception. Your workouts, they burn fat, right? They build muscle. If you eat in calorie deficit, you will lose weight. If you eat in calorie proficit or calorie surplus, you will gain muscle or fat or both. Usually you gain both. That's how our bodies also work. So yeah, if you're all of a sudden getting big, that just means stop eating that much. That's all that means. That doesn't mean stop working out. Like I've maintained my weight for probably the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. I weigh about 160 to 163 pounds. And like I'm probably like 23% body fat. I don't even know. I don't care. But like I'm not super shapely, like in terms of muscle shape. Like I'm not super chiseled, but I have pretty nice curves now, and I really enjoy that. I didn't used to do that before. I was kind of like tomboyish. So if anything, you'll get shapely. If anything, you look better if you lift.
It does. And it just, people kind of get obsessed sometimes. Oh, I'm this percent body fat, or I'm this or that. And it's just, it's not about that. Yet that will be a natural byproduct of what you're doing.
It can be if you make that a goal. It's really difficult to get low percent body fat for most people. So especially like you and I, like apple-shaped people, I almost never have a six-pack. I'm gonna have a six-pack only after I'm so lean that my period stops and I feel like crap and I want to kill everybody because I'm so damn hungry. That's when I'm gonna have a six-pack, because that's my body type.
Yes.
Some people just walk around with a six-pack and you hate those guys, but they exist. Like, what are you gonna do? It's genetics.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't have a six-pack when I was, way back in my early 20s or ever, but that's just the mesomorph. And then there's, kind of explain to people what the other body types are, because I know there's a meso-endo, there's a mesomorph, endomorph, and then a ectomorph. So kind of,
yeah, so those body types have actually been developed by a, I think, psychologist or psychiatrist who was a huge supporter of eugenics. Mm-hmm. So it kind of annoys me that, like, yes, there are different body types, but there's a lot more. There's not just these three. Like, he did not have any qualifications to just, like make these a thing, and they did become a thing for I don't know what reason. Like maybe it's just easy for people to digest. But yeah, he was not a cool guy. Vegan Proteins have a podcast about that, actually, if you want to go on YouTube and listen to that. Danny dives into like why that's a myth, kinda. But regardless, there are body types. I don't know how to quantify them. I'm not interested in quantifying them. I make coaching plans for people that are individualized. Everybody has a different coaching plan because I don't think there's one, two, or three, or 10 body types. I just take every individual person as they are, because it is really difficult to find, like correlations and like, oh, if this worked for you, that's also going to work for Mary. And if this worked for Mary, it's going to work for Stacy. Usually it doesn't work that way. So if you looked up a plan, a nutrition exercise plan that has worked for your neighbor and she got super fit, and you're trying to get super fit too, there's zero guarantee that that's going to work for you. You know what I mean? I would
Yes.
develop something that actually fits your lifestyle and your body and etc.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm glad you said that, because people love to categorize, and they're just like fit in these things. And
Yeah.
everybody works for those within these body types. And I know that's a popular thing to put people in body types, but what I have told people too is that you want to be the best shape for you and your body type. And if somebody is big boned and burly as a woman, kind of big boned, they're not going to have a Halle Berry size 0 body, no matter how much they work. They're just gonna be the best that they can be for their body type.
Right, right. Regarding the bone structure of people is actually pretty similar. I would say it's the genetic like propensity to storing body fat in certain areas, such as hips or stomach or back or chest, or those kind of things, or genetic propensity to being stronger or being taller, or like those things, or like having larger breasts or larger butt. Um, but yeah, regarding bone structure, we are pretty similar as humans. It's the other things around, I would say, the soft tissues that make a difference, and like your metabolism, those kinds of things.
Yeah, yeah. Can people that say, oh, I have a slow metabolism, so I don't even try? I've heard that.
Yeah, you don't have to try. You can always find excuses. If you have slow metabolism, you have two options, just do nothing or speed it up. And it's easy to speed it up if you are consistent with it. Go to the gym, gain muscle, gain some endurance, do some cardio after you're lifting, and bit by bit, you'll be able to speed up your metabolism. You'll be able to eat more, and you'll feel better, more energy, and you'll feel stronger. Unless, of course, you have something with your thyroid and you have metabolic problems that are on a different level, and you see the doctor. So
Yeah, for sure. And I like that you give you give people and your clients a choice. Yeah, you can do A or B. This is going to probably be the result of A. This is probably going to be the result of B.
yeah.
So tell me about, you have a really exciting new book out called it's a powerlifting coloring book. Yes, tell people about that and how it originated, and tell us.
I can't believe you invited me on the actual book podcast with a coloring book, because like I sent this to you, I was like, oh hey Michelle, look, I made a book, and instead of laughing at me, you just invited me here, and I'm very flattered, because like it doesn't really have words. It has art. It has original art from myself and my 3 friends who all lift weights, and we basically want to highlight women who do strength. So it has mainly girls. It has some guys in there with barbells, doing exercises. So you will see, like, that's me doing a pull-up, doing a deadlift. You'll have some motivation there. We're mocking some stereotypes of, how people see themselves. That's a strongman lady. That's a dude with his daughter at the gym. So it's some family friendly fun, and I hope it is inspiring. I hope it is a nice gift for those who want to get their kids into strength training. I hope it is a nice gift to adults. Majority of the people who bought the book are actually adults, which was kind of my goal. I think it's funny. And people love coloring books, people of all ages. So I actually wrote a real book during the pandemic, but before doing anything with that, I decided, let me see how online publishing works. So we published this one, and it's been a hit so far.
Oh, love it, love it. And sometimes you can teach and train with no words at all, because that's what that book is all about. And it's fun, and people are learning as they're having fun. So I absolutely love it. And I'll put a link to that on Amazon, in the show notes, so people can go buy it, and buy it for the people that love to color and that want to learn about fitness and powerlifting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So what are your current endeavors? Like, what are your current endeavors that you're super excited about? What do you have going on?
Okay, I actually am excited to rest because I just competed. My season is technically so I competed in the spring, got nationally qualified, went to the nationals, competed in Vegas there by myself. So it was kind of hard, and I don't know, I didn't do really well. I didn't expect to do really well. I just expected to like figure out how nationals work. So recorded a bunch of content, figured it out. It was really fun. Competed at a local meet with a different federation. Then went to Mr. America just last weekend. Got silver there with my Veganstrong team. So I was invited to lift as a part of the PlantBuilt or Veganstrong team. And we basically gathered the best vegan athletes in the world and brought them to Mr. America, one of the biggest natural shows that there are for different sports. We had Olympic lifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, kettlebell sport, and CrossFit. So we had 5 disciplines of athletes there, almost 30 folks. I think 28 competed. There was like a team of 50. So not everybody was in season, so they just came to hang out and support. It was incredible. I think every single powerlifter on our team got a medal. You can look that stuff on my Instagram. It's probably going to be in the feed for a while. Yeah. So I'm very excited because I hit some PRs. My total is right now 936 pounds. Yeah.
That is a lot of weight.
Well, I know I can do better still. That's a lot of weight, but I can do better. So we'll see. So right now I'm in off season. I just hosted 2 veg fests, vegan festivals, and there's 3 more for me to come to. If you're in Raleigh, come to Raleigh Veg Fest. I will be speaking there November, I think 6th. It's on the weekend. And then I'm also coming to Georgia Veg Fest in Atlanta, being on the panel there.
Wow.
And the other one is Knoxville. So if you join my mailing list, you'll hear about those. If you join my Instagram, you'll hear about those. If you want to get some books signed or just come ask me all kinds of questions, you can do that there. But those, I guess, are the most exciting things for the rest of the year that we have.
Well, that's enough of it. That's so, those things are so exciting. That's enough to handle,
I hope so.
That's, yeah, that's really exciting. And so you've said a lot of where people, you mentioned Instagram a lot. So tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can follow you, and keep on track with what you're doing and where you're competing and where you're speaking.
Yes. So follow my Instagram. It's Gorbacheva E, so just my last name and letter E. You can subscribe to my newsletter. I'm getting a little more active with that because a lot of people after Mr. America have subscribed and they're looking for news. So that's at totalbodylab.com. It's in the pop-up. You can also snag your free copy of a vegan powerlifting beginner guide in there. I'm gonna make it a full book now, but right now it's like a cliff note version of things to do to start getting really good at sports. Let's see. So yeah, my website, my Instagram. You can do YouTube. I don't post that often because I don't edit. But if I finally hire an editor, that may pick up. There is some good content. There's some what I eat in a day, and some reviews from the meets, some documentaries in there. So there's enough stuff for you guys to watch if you're doing house chores or listen to. There's a huge workout library of good quality exercises. If you don't know what you're doing, you can find those there. And yeah, if you want to work with me or join my team, you can also go to the website and get a consultation or fill out an application, and I'll be happy to talk to you.
That is so awesome. I love all that. You always have a whole lot of things going on, and I really like that. And any parting words of wisdom for the viewers? Anything you want to leave people with?
Just do stuff. Don't wait. Don't doubt. Don't wait for a Monday. Like, I was waiting so long to like do something like this, and now it's out. I was waiting for me to like be, I don't know, accepted by most people in most places, and I'm like, all people are never gonna like you. So it's just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna be lifting. I'm gonna be vegan. I'm just gonna do my thing, and my people are gonna find me. And my people eventually found me. I got invited to compete in the biggest vegan team in North America, maybe the world. So just do your thing and don't back off. It's gonna work.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll put all those, the links that Katya is talking about in the show notes. So when you click on the YouTube link, you'll find all those. So I just want to thank you for being here. It's such an honor for me to talk to you and to, just glean all of your wisdom from the powerlifting world and the nutrition world.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for inviting. This has been awesome. I've been doing like at least one interview a day after Mr. Mick. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy.
That's because you're faithful in what you're doing. And like you said, you just be you, and, the lifting up will just come to you. Absolutely. So I think that's what's happening. You're getting out there by just being you. So yes. Well, I just want to let everybody know you can reach Winning Proof at winningproof.com. I'll put my website link in the show notes as well. If you have a book inside your head and you want to get it out, then, I have a team of seasoned professionals that can help you. And I have some also lower cost options if you don't want to use a ghostwriter. There's all kinds of ways that you can get your book out without spending a fortune. So that's what I want to leave you with. And go visit my website. I have a new tool that you can sign up for, just a free giveaway tool. So go to my website and get that. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, you'll watch another episode of Winning Proof Unscripted.